Awesome. Okay, Freedom Tribe builders, thank you guys for being here tonight. So if anyone is listening in on the recording, I just want to preempt it by saying that we are Isagenix associates. We are part of our team called the Freedom Tribe, but also part of the one team of Isagenix. And we are all here because we eat the good stuff called Isagenix, which is nutritional cleansing. And we have these amazing products that help transform bodies and transform lives physically and financially. But we make no claims. Thumbs up on that, right, Keith? We make no claims to treat, prevent, Altaf's showing the guns. We make no claims to treat, prevent, cure, or diagnose any illness or disease. However, what you put into it is what you'll get out of it from a financial perspective, perhaps, as well as from a physical perspective. So it's totally up to you. We are all here to support one another with the one team mentality. We're here to learn from each other, to grow. When we grow ourselves, our businesses can grow, and it really filters into every aspect of our lives. And that's what is so exciting, is that we're all on a path to create more freedom for ourselves and for our families and for the people that we care about, and to pay that forward to as many people as we possibly can. So on that note, we're going to get right into the content of tonight's call. Does anyone have any big wins from the week or any takeaways? Just pop into that for a moment before we get going. Any shares that you guys have? You guys don't fight about it. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, we're going to get right into it there. We have Renata Biondich, who is this incredible teammate. You guys all know her. She is an incredible woman who, what I love about Renata is just the fact that she gets things done. She's right to the point. She is definitely a role model and an inspiration. She has a very busy life. You know, as you know her, she is a chiropractor. She is a busy mom and a very loving wife. And, you know, when I think about sometimes if I'm sort of dogging it or something like that, I'm just like, stop it, pull a Renata and get shit done. So let's go. So Renata, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Thanks, Tina. And you do such a great job hosting, like really. So thank you for being on top of all the calls. And I want to just say, I love what I saw in your glass. Haha. Yes, but everyone, I'm going to be stationed in like 30 seconds. I'm just driving home, so I apologize. I'm a bit on the road, and Paul's driving a little funny right now. But what I really want to cover today with everyone, and as we're gearing up, I know all of you are probably busy with your holiday meetings, gatherings, planning some things over the next couple of weeks. One of the topics I really wanted to talk and discuss and remind everyone on the call about, as well as anyone new who gets started, is the upcoming Raw Challenge. And, you know, Tina did such a great job with putting that post together about today's call, because it's so important to share this, I think, especially now during the holidays, because I'm sure many of you, like myself, are, you know, starting to buy gifts for people, presents, and we're all going to have a nice visa bill waiting for us in early January and February. So the Raw Challenge contest, and this is so important for you guys to know, you guys are all leaders on this call, and to let people that you get started know about, is that there's $1,000 on the table for each of us who reach the goals of the contest. And the $1,000 will be given in person at the Raw event. So I just wanted to ask if anyone on this call right now, has anyone actually already received or said that they qualified to earn back that $1,000 from Isagenix?
I'm working on it. We got a few teammates who aren't on the call here tonight that have.
Awesome. Really, yes.
Sabrina?
Awesome. Because that is one thing that I think is so important. Altaf, like you said, you know, everyone, we all can do this. So it doesn't matter, oh, everyone's getting money already for consultants. That's amazing. Awesome. But that's so important to let everybody know. Even if you haven't started participating in the challenge, it's so doable. So if anyone, can anyone pop out and maybe either come out and say, or if they can actually in the chat box message, how many new people do you have to enroll by the Raw event to qualify to earn back money?
Isn't it to, you're going to have 6 personally enrolled, and you're going to create 1 consultant and 1 manager or something like that?
Okay, you got it's right. You need to enroll six personally enrolled, and you need 2 consultants. So exactly, for the 6 personally enrolled, important to note that it has to be enrolled at least on 164 BV. So let everyone know on your team and yourself, if someone's gotten started on the Pace Setter pack, I don't think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think that Pace Setter pack qualifies or is usually 164 BV unless they add other products to that pack. So it's important as you guys are going for that goal to know that. Kat, you said it's 150 BV. Has that been verified? Do you guys know that for sure? Oh, sorry, you're saying it's 150 BV for the Pace Setter, correct? Yes. So the 164 for 6 personally enrolled. And what I think is so great, all of you guys, like we're all kind of waiting, we're all anxious to wait for, but our team, what our team can, and everyone in this team and the teams can participate in, and all our people, is actually the new year, new you 16-week challenge. And that's going to be coming out in the flyer sometime this week. And for sure, once the flyer is done, we'll have access to it. We'll tag everyone in it. We'll put it in the group that you can disperse out and use. But I think this is such an amazing time. If you already haven't enrolled 6 people personally at 164 BV since November 1st, you absolutely can still do it. Even people who join you in January can still do it. It's such a doable contest. It's not just for those people who are already doing 100,000 a year, 200, 300,000. It's for anybody. It's such an easy, fair, a playing field for all of us. And I think that's a phenomenal goal for each of us personally to try to achieve for ourselves, especially if we're leaders and we have teams, you know, and that's the way to do it, is to lead by example. And really, we're supposed to be spending 80% of our time on Isagenix, frankly, building our own business and prospecting, gathering information, enrolling people. So if you haven't already set the intention, please do so, because I think that's something that, you know, is so great to achieve. $1,000 is a lot of money. It could pay for a lot of gifts or a lot of phone bills or a lot of trips, even if you're planning a trip away. So it's 6 enrollments. The January 9th Facebook group that we're starting with some of the leaders on the team is something that we can use to prospect and to start sharing with people, especially over the holidays. So like I mentioned, the flyer will be done near the end of this week. Later on this week, we'll have access to it. And I'm sure next week's team call will be going over a little more about it. But make sure you have that already in the back of your mind, because I know a lot of you guys are already starting to go to vision board parties. You're starting to meet others for Christmas, for little holiday cheer. And now's the time to be sharing and talking about Isagenix, talking about, finding out about what their health resolutions are or intentions for the new year, and inviting people and saying, hey, you know, would you be interested to be part of a group that we're getting together for a new year, new you, just getting super healthy? Is that something interests you? Can I invite you when that's ready to get started? So keep that in the back of your mind as you're going to events over the next couple of weeks. And with that, I actually wanted to mention the 2 consultants that we can each personally enroll. So ideally, we all want to be enrolling at least 6 people or more. And I think it's great to have the intention. Let's each of us enroll between now and the middle of January, 10 people. I think that's so doable. Let's put something, you know, doable. Let's put something a little higher, maybe 12 people, maybe 15. Because January, and this time December is the new January. This is the time to take, you know, not full advantage, but this is a time where everyone's looking for a fresh start. And this is the time that you can be sharing that you have the ability to help them reach that fresh start. So many people are looking for change and looking for ways, and they don't know how to. And now it's just like reaching out to people or just listening to people and saying, I can help you get there, or join me, we can do this together. So really take advantage of that intentionally in all your meetings and all your parties that you're going to over the next few weeks. Because January, you guys know that for gyms, for health clinics, January and September are super, super amazing months to take advantage of massive enrollments, because those are the times we all just need a fresh change. So really be intentional, have maybe it planned out even through social media of how you're going to create some interest with that if you're not seeing a lot of people in person over the next couple of weeks. I already know that Sabrina has a launch party set up. I'm going to have one as well at the end of the month and early in January. And I encourage everyone to have some kind of gathering set up or intention to do so with their own circle and groups of people that they're going to be inviting. So we also want to be creating 2 consultants minimally. And I think that's a phenomenal goal, because we all know a lot of you guys maybe are already executives, but some of you maybe aren't yet. And part of the executive run is to be creating 10 consultants. So just doing the raw challenge itself will help you co-create 2 of those 10 consultants, which is amazing. And I'm not sure if everyone on this call is aware, but every time you make a consultant, Isagenix, pays you money for that. In the US, a certain amount, and in Canada. So that's such an important thing for everyone to know, and to let your people know. Maybe some of your new people, they don't know all the financial gains and bonuses, etc. But letting them know that when they help co-create a consultant or help one of their personally enroll, share with 2 people, the company gives them back $111. That's a great amount of money that they can be earning back. So when we go to co-creating consultants, and that's one of my favorite things to do. And I'll tell you the trick of it. It's so easy to create consultants if you're enrolling people. And it's hard to create consultants if you're not actively helping other people get started. Thanks, Tina, for sharing the numbers in the chat box. So if we're helping, 6 to 10 people get started in the next couple 2 to 4 to 6 weeks, out of those 10 people, the conversion rate, is around 2 consultants. Two of those 10 people usually tend to go consultants. And some people who might be a little more experienced might be able to have a higher conversion rate of like maybe 5 out of the 10 go consultant. So you want to look at Isagenix as a network marketing business is a numbers game. So it's important to, we are here to help people and serve people and etc. But as building it as a business, it is a numbers game. So if you want to co-create 2 consultants, you already have to start thinking of maybe helping more than 2 people get started. So be very intentional of what your goals are, even if they're the short term in the next couple of months. So for co-creating consultants, this is one of my favorite things to do. And I think in the spring and early summer, I had 18, 19 consultants holding at the time, even over 20 at one point. And all I was telling people was this. And this is something maybe I know a lot of you guys have done, maybe have heard, maybe haven't tried about, but it's the 3 magic questions. And this is such an important, simple little thing to incorporate if you're not already doing, and to start creating as a habit when you're helping people get started, or even they have gotten their box and you've gone through a box opening with them, you spent some time on the phone with them. Usually before I get off the phone, I tell them this. Besides being super excited for them, because I genuinely am, we all want everyone to have great product experience and get the results that they're striving for. But it's letting them know this, that whether you want to or not, people are going to start noticing. They're going to start noticing things a bit different about you. And I tell people, honestly, because this is a mark when I started noticing for myself, is around that day 14 mark. 2 weeks into the program, if you're doing something like the 30-day system, within 2 weeks, coworkers, friends, and family are going to start saying something to you. And they're going to start saying, hey, did you lose some weight? Or hey, did you get a tan? Are you wearing new makeup? Did you get a haircut? I like your clothes. You look different. You have a new energy. You have a glow to yourself. They're going to mention something. And it's important to let the person know who you're getting started, that when someone is mentioning something to them, they're really complimenting them. And they're saying, hey, I'm noticing an awesome or a positive or fresh energy with you. And some of those people might actually at that point tell you, what are you doing? Because I want to do what you're doing. And at that point is when you introduce, and this is when you explain to people the 3 different choices they have at that time, right? And I tell everyone this, and everyone you tell this to, I can guarantee you, like 1 out of 2 people, you're going to help go consultant. It's the magic question. It's Susan Sly's 3 magic questions. It's just, I don't know, somewhere down the line, we've stopped doing it. But it's a tool that works, right? So it's letting people know this. When people start noticing and they say to you, hey, Tina, you're looking amazing, fabulous, have this great energy. I want to do what you're doing. At that point, Tina, you have, 1 of 3 options, and you get to choose whatever option fits you right now. The first option is this. First option is you can refer them to me, and I'll gladly help them get started. Or Tina, the second option is this. I can show you how to get your products paid for by helping them get started. Or the third option is this, Tina. I can show you how to help them get started and for you to start earning an extra income. Where do you see yourself, Tina? And then just being quiet.
I like free stuff.
Pardon, Tina?
I like free stuff.
You like free stuff. Awesome. Awesome. Great. So I know where Tina is. She's thinking already at number 2, she would love to have her products paid for, maybe get some money back from the company. And I go, awesome. And that's the end of the conversation. I just ask, and I'm quiet long enough, which might be awkward for some of us to be quiet, but quiet long enough for them to tell you where do they see themselves right now. And it's not judging anyone. It's just what it's really letting them know that there are options. And you've already through those 3 options have let them know that there's a way for them to get their products paid for. And I can guarantee you this, I don't care how little money someone has, how much money they have, everybody appreciates getting free products, just like Tina said, everybody. So don't avoid this conversation with anyone. And, have enough confidence in yourself to share this, because anyone at any stature, any economic stature in their life needs to know this, because they're going to make the decision on how they're going to use it. But I can guarantee you this, most people will say, like Tina is very open and she would love her products paid for. I can tell you that most people that number 1 to me, oh, Renata, I'll just refer them to you. But then you know what happens? 2 weeks later, I get a text from them or get a phone call saying, hey, one of my coworkers is interested in getting started. Renata, I remember you mentioning that I can get some money back or some products paid for from the company. Can you show me how to do that? I'm like, awesome. Or they'll refer me someone, and I then reach to them and say, hey, Mary, or hey, Tina, can I show you actually how to get that person plugged in and help them get started? And they're like, sure. I go, is tonight at 9:00 work for you? Will you be in front of your computer for 10, 15 minutes? And then I just book that appointment. So people are allowed to change their minds. But what you did with the power of the 3 magic questions, you planted the seed to let people know it's a word-of-mouth company that they can get their products paid for. Because I'm sure, especially now over the holidays, 90% plus of people who are doing Isagenix as a business, they came in because of the products, correct? Most of the people did, as I'm sure most of the people here on this call. So some people genuinely just want the product experience, and allow it to happen, allow them to have a great product experience, because naturally from that is going to evolve that they're going to either want to get their products paid for, or they're going to want to earn extra income, or guess what? They might be a great resource of referrals for you and your business. They might have a great Rolodex that they genuinely don't care to earn money back, which I rarely find with people. It's usually they don't care to do the work to earn the money back, right? But they would most likely gladly refer you the people. So that is where you can build relationships with people as well. Don't be upset if someone says no to you. Remember, they have a whole Rolodex of people that you don't know, that they may be open to sharing that with you. Or when you can say, I know you might not be interested. Thanks for sharing that with me. Do you know anyone who might be interested in losing 10, 15, 20 pounds, who has that New Year's health resolution or a goal? Because I really want to help, I want to help 10 women look fit and fabulous for the new year, that we can plug in, that we can work daily with, get meal plans with, have accountability with, have exercise with, because that's what that Facebook group is going to be. So each of us can really target, a group of people if we'd like to. So I'm just throwing out some ideas so you guys can become creative in the way that you put this out to others over the holidays. But do ask people for referrals. Let them know that they have the options, and allow them to change their mind. No decision has to be made yet, you know. And when someone gives you, I'll even do that when someone sends me a referral and I have all their contact information. I will still reach out to that person and say, hey, your friend Kate is ready to get started. I have all her information. Can I show you how to plug her in so you can start earning money back from the company? And if still at that point they say, no, you take the referral, then you take the referral, right? But you don't know until you ask and explain, and don't assume anything. I think that's a big assumption for a lot of us, because a lot of us think that, you know, even people who we think financially don't need or wouldn't value money back, a lot of them do appreciate getting their products paid for. So give them that option. And I see it's at 9:25, so I'm gonna respect everyone's time as well. But Tina, did you want to add anything into that?
No, I don't think there's much to add. I think I just agree with you that, you know, we can't prejudge. We never know where people are at. And I showed the story again today that, you know, when I was introduced to Isagenix over 7 years by about 6 different people, you know, there wasn't a relationship established with me. There were never those questions asked to get to know me about who I was and what I required in my life. And so that relationship wasn't built. And if someone had gotten to know me a little bit better, like Michelle did, and, you know, she respected me with where I was at, but she also knew enough about me to understand that this would be good for me physically and financially. And she just said, if you're not ready, that's cool, but here's what's available to you. And this is what I'm doing. So it's like Renata says, it's just, if we don't ask, we don't know. And at least you're planting the seed, and we are obligated to tell them. You know, we are obligated to let them know what is available to them. So to plant those seeds. So that's fantastic. And I love that, you know, like with what you were saying in the beginning about, we have this whole new year, new you coming out with this new challenge that we've got going to go along with IsaBody Challenge is fantastic, because ideally we want everyone who starts eating this food to be in IsaBody Challenge. They deserve to be there. So we're going to give you more information as that does come out. And it's great because, again, we're all about not reinventing the wheel and about using the systems that we do have in place. And Isagenix does a great job with IsaBody. We don't need to reinvent anything. And, you know, 16 weeks is a long time. So we will be definitely looking for lots of feedback and input and, you know, support as far as helping keep our people going. Because we all know it's one thing to do 30 days, but to do it for 4 months consecutively, that's a whole different story. So we're looking forward to having a huge team effort on that. And I think we're going to see some amazing things come out of that. And who knows, we might even have some more finalists kicking up from our next group, which I think will definitely happen. So on that note, does anyone have any shares or takeaways from what Renata has shared with us? Because she's given us a lot of great value here tonight. Any ahas for you? Hello? Are you there? I can't hear you on that one. Sabrina, go ahead, hon.
Well, basically, it's just simple questions. I think the aha moment for me would just be ask the question and then listen for it and then say nothing. Just be like, oh, okay. Because if you keep pressing the subject, then you look pushy and preachy. And sometimes that can kind of scare people off a little bit. So it's just keeping the main thing. And that is just making sure they have a good product experience. And even the ones that will say, yeah, no, I'll refer them to you, end up actually being your consultant. Like my 10. Those guys didn't even want to go consultant. But now, look at them. So you just have to kind of look at it as the main thing. Ask the question and listen.
Can I add something too as well? I know it's quickly at the end of the half hour, but I remember some people, like right from the beginning, I said, hey, if you get started and know 2 other people who want to do the same, you know you're going to get $175 back. Like, it was that simple.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, actually my mom does, and probably my girlfriend would want to start.
Mm-hmm.
Like, awesome, let's get them started the same week you do.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have to be complicated, everyone. And sometimes we just speak from that honesty. It doesn't have to be so complex too, but just to help people get some of their products paid for, because we need those people in our teams as well, right? We need volume for our businesses, and we need people having great experiences, because we never know what snowballs when the time's right for them.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of times what I'll share is like when we have a launch party here is that, and we have them here every week, or when I'm speaking with someone who's gotten started, I'll just say, look, if I were to, if you were to go to Best Buy and you were to buy a big screen TV and you left the store and they never told you there was like $150 to a $300 rebate, would you be upset about that? And they'd be like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm going to tell you this and you can decide whether this is of interest to you or not. It's up to you, but I'm obligated to tell you that. And you can decide if you want that towards your products or cash or not. It's up to you, but I'm not going to not tell you because you deserve to know. So one of three things is going to happen. And then I'll go into the 3 magic questions. So if it's relatable to them, so if a big screen TV doesn't thrill them, that would work for the dudes, but not necessarily for the women. But it might be, clothing or whatever. Like I just went to Tatika this weekend and spent like $400 on, workout wear. And it's like, saved $100 because there was a 25% off sale. If they screwed up on that and never told me that, I would have been upset about it because that would have been, would have been a savings I wouldn't have known about. So anyway, just put it in relatable terms as well. And again, if we don't share, they don't know. So we have to tell them. And then I loved also, do you guys have anybody having any lunch parties or any holiday parties or anything like that coming up that Renata mentioned in the beginning? Cool. So you're doing something a little bit different. I'm throwing a spin on mine. It's not like a launch party. Mine's more of a holiday healthy treats. And so we're going to do like a cocktail party and have everybody bring something so we can all kind of share. And we're going to incorporate ingredients into all of them. Isagenix food ingredients into all of them.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, we thought we'd just do something different on that. So it's a social. It's not meant to be a presentation. We're not doing like a formal, 30 minute or whatever we normally do for the Isagenix presentation. But we are sharing ingredients, including Isagenix in the products, or in the snacks we make.
Yeah, we're doing we're going to do a vision board party, and I invited people as well who are in Isagenix.
Great.
I think that's a good idea too, because then you have some Isagenix magazines there, and they're wondering why you're putting a check on your vision board from Isagenix, right?
Yeah, totally.
And there you see too, like people and the dreamers, and what is their whys and what excites them.
Mm-hmm.
So you build that relationship. I think that's a cool. I know it's tough to get organized over the holidays, but I think that's a cool way to meet some interesting people and potential people that you might be joining you on this adventure, right?
Totally. Yeah, I've asked them to bring a journal or to bring some cue cards because I'm going to teach them about affirmations and also have them do a year in review. And we're going to look at sort of 8 different areas of their life and where are they, where do they want to be. And it's not ISA, it's just life in general. But the ISA peeps will get, something different from that. So there's all kinds of really cool things. If you guys want any ideas or you want to share them, throw them into the Freedom Tribe Builders group. And otherwise, and again, Beth, thank you for being here. She's our token American on the call tonight. So the one thing I was thinking about was that even though you don't get to participate in the red and white challenge, if you still think about enrolling 6 people and think about the PIBs on that, and then, co-creating 2 consultants, what the bonus is on that, that's still probably close to about $1,000 earnings just from participating. So you can still kind of do the same thing. So, awesome. Well, thanks for being here, guys. I really appreciate your time. I know, and I really appreciate, Renata, all of that insightful information. Thank you for supporting this call. We are going to do one more Sunday night, you guys, next Sunday. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put a poll in the Freedom Tribe Builders. We've got some teammates that don't come on Sunday night for their own personal, reasons. And I don't want to exclude anyone. I know for me as well, this is kind of, Sunday's kind of meant to be a family day, but it's also a really great day to start off our week, coming together, getting, pumped up again, excited about why we're doing this, reminding us why we're doing this. But maybe we could do, Renata had suggested a Monday night at 8 o'clock before the Susan Sly call or something like that. Like maybe we could look at some different times that we could make sure that everyone can participate, because I know coming the new year, we will have a lot more people on here. So I'm going to put that in the group, so pay attention for that. And other than that, make sure that you're really, again, taking moments to take the pause. Remind yourself every day why you're doing what you're doing, what it is you really want to have in your life. Don't let yourself get so caught up that you forget what's really important. And what's really important is, why you're here, what it is that you want to sort of leave on the planet, leave as far as your legacy goes in terms of how are you impacting people? Because people don't care what you have. They don't care what you do. They care how you make them feel. And that's what we're really all here for. So big love to all of you. Thank you for being here. We really appreciate it. And Renata, you're the best. Thank you so much, hon.
And happy birthday, Tina.
Thanks. 29 again. Love you guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, guys.